Welcome to another edition of the Black and Gold Report. I'm your host, Dave Nguyen. Today we have a packed show for you as we have recaps of soccer, volleyball, the Peach Belt Conference Cross Country Championships, another valiant effort by the football team, and much more after this on the Black and Gold Report. The women's soccer team collected its 11th win last Saturday against Georgia Southwestern on Military Appreciation Day. The Braves had a special camouflage jersey and a ceremony honoring the servicemen and women for our country before the game. The lone goal was scored by Maya Grimes in the 71st minute, assisted by Alexis Pittman. It was Grimes' first goal of the season as the Braves outshot Georgia Southwestern 23-4. The Braves remain in third place in the Peach Belt Conference standings as they have 4 games remaining on their schedule. Congratulations to the women's volleyball team, earning its first Peach Belt Conference win since 2015. The Braves defeated Georgia College in 5 sets to accomplish this feat, led by the first double-double by Raven Oates. The 5'9" senior recorded 13 kills and 11 digs to lead the Braves. April Tankersley had 12 kills, and Shannon Scrid followed with 11. The Braves look to continue their momentum with 4 matches next week. Last Saturday was the Peach Belt Conference Championships for men's and women's cross country. It was a chance for each team to show their talents and take home some hardware. Here's John Gross with the recap.
Last weekend, UNC Pembroke hosted the 2019 Peach Belt Conference Men's and Women's Cross Country Championships. The event pitted the conference's top runners against each other in Lumberton, with both races taking place at Luther Britt Park. The women competed in a 5K, while the men duked it out in an 8K. The festivities began on Friday night with the PBC's annual Cross Country Award ceremony. 3 Braves received awards, highlighted by sophomore Joshua Chepkasir being named Conference Male Runner of the Year. Jared Arabi and Erman Japlenting secured spots in the PBC All-Sportsmanship team as well. The running kicked off bright and early on Saturday morning. The women's 5K featured a close battle in the top 5. UNCP's Erman Japlenting placed in 3rd, completing her race in 18 minutes and 51.82 seconds. Skylar Moreno's 19-minute and 21-second run put her in 12th place for the women. Both were named to the all-conference team, and as a group, the Braves women's side finished in 5th place out of 12 teams. On the men's side of the championships for the Braves, the reigning PBC Conference champions put together a 3rd-place show. However, it was a pair of individual performances that stole the show for UNCP. Joshua Chepkasir shattered a 17-year-old conference 8K record by 18 seconds, crushing his competition with a 23-minute and 48.04 second pace. His UNCP teammate and fellow Eldoret, Kenya native Silas Kipkach finished in 2nd place, more than a minute behind Chepkasir. After the race, Chepkasir was more than satisfied with his record-breaking performance.
Yes, I'm comfortable with my time because my time was not just to race because I was racing with time. I was just targeting to break the conference record because I know, I asked coach yesterday, I asked, what is the conference record? He told me the conference record is this time. So right now I was racing, targeting the time for the conference. Yeah.
Despite his conference success, Chepkasir has his sights set on even greater goals.
Right now I'm targeting now to go to the regionals to defend my title because last year I won the regionals. And then the big thing I'm now targeting to go to the nationals because the nationals I missed last year because of injury. But this time around I'm trying to train easy to make sure that I didn't get any injury to go for the nationals. Yeah.
Hey Brave Nation, basketball season's right around the corner. And like in past seasons, we are asking you to help make the Jones Center one of the best atmospheres in Division II college basketball.
Our season opener is just a few weeks away. You can grab your season tickets for $75 until October 31st. After that, they will go to 9 shots.
Or you can even get closer to the game by purchasing courtside seats for $200. We need you in our corner again this season, so visit UNCP Braves /tickets to reserve your spot at all 12 home games. Go Braves!
The Braves football team traveled to Greenville, Tennessee last Saturday, and one of the two teams was going to end a streak. Would it be the Braves ending their 12 road game losing streak dating all the way back to 2017, or would the Tusculum Pioneers win their first home game of 2019? Here's the recap of what went down. On a cloudy day in Tennessee, the Braves and Pioneers faced off in a competitive match with big playmakers on each side. The explosiveness started early on the game's third possession. On 2nd and 10 from their own 41, Thurlow Wilkins takes this handoff, jump cuts his way 59 yards to the end zone for the game's first score, giving the Pioneers a 7-0 lead. The Braves would respond on key third down conversions. On 3rd and 7 from midfield, Josh Jones connects with Quay Threet for 10 yards. Later on in the drive, with the Braves in Pioneer territory, Josh Jones on 3rd and 1 audibles at the line and finds Josh Sheridan open in the middle of the Pioneer defense for 16 yards, setting up 1st and goal inside the 10. 2 plays later, Jones finds Tyshawn Carter 9 yards out for a touchdown, his second of the season, cutting the Pioneers' lead to 1. But on the ensuing extra point, Hunter Braswell hits the left upright, giving the Pioneers a 7-6 lead. The Braves special teams would come up clutch early in the second quarter. On 4th and 4 from their own 26, Alex Alteus blocks the punt, and Eric Price recovers for a scoop and score. For the second time in back-to-back games, the Braves have a punt block for a touchdown and their third special teams touchdown in 2 games as well. Braswell converts on this extra point to give the Braves a 13-7 lead, their first of the game. With just under 7 minutes left in the first half, the Pioneer defense would respond. On 3rd and 9 from their own 36, Josh Jones gets picked off by Jack Cawthon and goes 31 yards to the house. The 5th interception thrown by Jones this season gives the Pioneers a 14-13 lead. With just over a minute remaining in the first half, the Pioneers would force another turnover as D. Alford punches the ball out of the arms of Quay Threet and Isaiah Dunn recovers. As the Braves turned it over twice in the first half, the Braves defense remained strong, forcing Eli Shepard to kick a 35-yard field goal to end the half, giving the Pioneers a 17-13 lead heading into the locker room. Similar to the first quarter, the Pioneers' ground attack exploded again in the third. On their first possession of the second half, senior running back Jordan Shippey takes the ball 59 yards right up the gut of the Braves defense before he's dragged down at the Braves 20. The Pioneers would make crucial penalties in the red zone, forcing Eli Shepard to kick a 45-yard field goal to extend their lead 20-13. Down 7, the Braves would answer back. On 3rd down from their own 32, Jones finds Threet over the middle for 24 yards, moving into Pioneer territory. Later on in the drive, the Braves, facing 3rd and 1 from the Pioneer 35, Jones rolls right and finds Sheridan on a swing pass for 24 yards to set up 1st and goal. A couple plays later, the senior running back finishes off the drive as Sheridan scores from 7 yards out to tie the game at 20. Late in the third quarter, the Braves would try to pull some trickery out of their pocket as they attempt a double reverse, but Tyshawn Carter fumbles the exchange and Javon Green recovers for the Pioneers at the 27-yard line. The Braves' stout defense would hold the Pioneer offense in check to begin the fourth quarter as they stuffed the Pioneers on 3rd and goal from the 1, forcing Shepard to kick his 3rd field goal of the game, kicking this 18-yard chip shot to give the Pioneers a 23-20 lead. With 7.5 minutes left in the game, Thurlow Wilkins bursts for 22 yards off right tackle to extend the drive. Tusculum's ground game was tremendous, rushing for 283 yards on 41 carries, but the Braves' defense would come up clutch again. On 3rd and 5 from midfield, Pioneers quarterback Bryce Moore is flushed out of the pocket, going out of bounds 2 yards shy of the first down as the Braves' defense held Tusculum to 2 for 13 on 3rd down conversions for the game. With 4:45 remaining in the fourth quarter, the Braves would need to drive 92 yards to become victorious. After a 5-yard run on first down, Jones, on second down, finds Threet for 17 yards to move to the 30. Next play, Jones finds Fahim Diab for another 17 yards, moving the Braves to midfield, forcing the Pioneers to call timeout. Later on in the drive, with about 3 minutes remaining, Jones finds Diab again for 13 more yards to the Pioneer 26 with 1:25 left on the clock, forcing the Braves to call timeout. 2 plays later, on second down, Jones finds Quay Threet for 9 yards for his 12th reception of the game. The redshirt senior led all receivers with 12 grabs and a season-high 118 yards, giving the Braves a fighting chance in the contest. Next play, on 3rd and 1, Josh Sheridan is stuffed at the line of scrimmage, forcing a 4th and 1 from the Pioneers 17. After Tusculum calls timeout with 30 seconds left, the Braves decide to direct snap it to Sheridan, running to his right, but he gets stopped for no gain. The Pioneers go to victory formation, earning its first home win of the season. The game was a tough pill to swallow for the Braves, as they fell by a final score of 23-20. In the last 3 weeks, we learned about Alexis Pittman's passion for soccer, transition from high school to college, and why she chose UNCP. Today, we find out more about her off the field in the final segment of Meet the Braves with Alexis Pittman.
And I think from speaking to the Ryan sisters and playing with them, the characteristic of leadership probably has grown upon you. I guess speak apart that as a part of being one of the leaders on the team.
Yeah, for sure. The Ryan sisters, great leadership. You know, you got Gina in goal, and you got Katie on the back line defending, helping her. I think along with them, they help bring leadership out of the veterans on the team. You know, me, Riley, Christina, Rachel, all the veterans on the team. I think along with the Ryan sisters, they help us help the new players. So sometimes the new players may stumble, or they may just have an off day. So I think all the veterans on the team, the leadership comes out of us because, you know, we're aware of how coaches like to play, and we're very confident in ourselves and how we play. So I think that allows us our leadership just comes out.
All right, we'll skip to the lighter part, and now the non-serious soccer questions,
Okay.
to get to know you off the field.
All right.
One of your hobbies is origami.
Oh, boy.
What is it about origami that you like? Because I don't think that's common amongst college kids.
Okay, so when I was a kid, I did a lot of origami just because I learned how to do it, and I was like, okay, this is cool. That's not really my hobby no more. My hobby these days, I like to hang out with my teammates and everything to get to know the new freshmen. So I usually hanging out with my teammates and just having some chill time and just having some alone time.
Okay.
I really enjoy peace.
Okay, and I feel like origami not only it allows you to think, but bring along with that peace as well, trying to be with yourself.
When I was a kid, the origami, it was very soothing when I did it, so it was fun back then.
You are a big Reese's Peanut Butter Cup fan.
I am.
If you had a top 5 of your favorite snacks, I know Reese's must be one.
Oh, I'm huge on Reese's. Reese's is my favorite for sure. Reese's, gummies,
Like gummy bears?
Gummy
Or
bears.
anything gummy?
not gummy bears.
Okay.
Just fruit snacks.
Okay.
I love fruit snacks. So Reese's, fruit snacks. I'm huge, not necessarily on the snacks, Dr. Pepper. That's my thing. When people give me drinks, Chick-fil-A, large Dr. Pepper, no ice, every time.
Okay. And root beer?
And root beer. But not a lot of places have it, so I have to go to Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
next.
Fair enough. What are some of your favorite places to eat?
Around here in Pembroke, the team knows I would go to Hardee's every single day if I
Wow.
didn't get sick of it. So
Okay.
parties is for sure my thing. Sometimes for a game day, I'm like, oh, y'all, let's go to IHOP.
IHOP.
I love IHOP.
Okay.
I love IHOP. Their tres leches pancakes,
Okay.
it's a thing.
All right.
So those two, and sometimes Makoto's down the street here.
Okay. So big breakfast person, if you could prefer.
For breakfast, I'm more of a whatever I'm feeling.
Okay.
Whatever I'm feeling type person.
Diversity. Okay. Who is on your pregame playlist?
Who was on my pregame playlist? I listen to everything. So I listen to Nickelback.
Whoa.
Yeah, I listen to rock. If I'm feeling it, if some country songs are on, I'm listening to country.
Such as?
Luke Bryan.
Okay.
Luke Bryan.
Okay.
A little bit of Thomas Rhett.
All right.
I'll get into some rap. So, The Baby, Drake, on my pregame playlist, just because I like diversity and I like to go through all the emotions, because I feel like soccer takes me through all the emotions. Janae Aiko
Okay.
is on my playlist.
All right. When you're not listening to your pregame playlist, when you're just lounging around, whether it's in your room by yourself or with a group of friends, who's on their playlist?
Like I said, listen to everything. So depends on how I'm feeling. It can be between Thomas Rhett, Nickelback, Janae Aiko,
J. Cole.
J. Cole. I do listen to a little bit of J. Cole.
Okay.
I like to mix and match. So if I hear a good song, Ariana Grande, a couple of her songs,
All right.
I'm into.
Rihanna, Beyonce.
If on the right day with the right emotions, Beyonce is on my playlist for sure.
Okay.
I think lately I've been listening to a lot of old school.
Okay.
Brandy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
But for sure, if any day, if you want to listen to, Janae Aiko, for sure.
Okay. If you weren't playing soccer, what sport would you be playing right now?
Oh, gosh. Honestly, I always tell the girls, like, all I know is soccer, because from 7th grade up, that's what I was doing. I tell them if I wasn't playing soccer, like, I would want to be musically inclined. Like, I wouldn't play another sport.
Okay.
I would want to be musically inclined. I'm not, but
Musically inclined.
yes.
Okay. So, are you a karaoke singer every now and then?
God, no.
Okay.
God, no. I am no dancer, no singer. I am very into the cello.
Really?
Can't play it. It sounds good.
Okay.
It sounds really good. So
That is very interesting. What are some of your core values?
my core values. Character. I believe in high character. You know, if somebody's not looking, I'm gonna do whatever I believe is right when you are looking. So character. I believe in staying true to yourself. You know, that's important. If you know, self-love. If you don't love yourself, how you gonna let anybody else love you, and all that type of stuff. Character, self-love, and peace. You know, just don't have to surrender into the chaos and the craziness going around. Just if you can just find peace and calamity and everything, then you'll be living right most days.
All right. Lastly, what is the best piece of advice that you have ever received?
Actually, it just came last week, actually, against the Columbus State game. And there's sometimes, you know, the game brings out so many emotions in people and different teammates, and I'm especially emotional on the field. Like, when you see me walking, I'm just straight faced, got my earbuds in, listening to music. On the field, I feel tons of emotions. And so after the game, everybody told me good game, like they usually do. Coach Padilla's dad, he talked to me and he goes, sometimes instead of letting the emotions show, just go that much harder.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've taken that, and I've for sure been working on it, and I've been doing that.
All right. Alexis Pittman, confident and a leader on the field and wanting to have a peace of mind off the field. Alexis Pittman, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Brave Nation. Basketball season's right around the corner. And like in past seasons, we are asking you to help make the Jones Center one of the best atmospheres in Division II college basketball.
Our season opener is just a few weeks away. You can grab your season tickets for $75 until October 31st. After that, they will go to $90.
Or you can even get closer to the game by purchasing courtside seats for $200. We need you in our corner again this season. So visit UNCP Braves /tickets to reserve your spot at all 12 home games. Go Braves!
Last Thursday was Moonlight Madness, which kicked off the men's and women's basketball seasons. Both teams look forward to competing in the Peach Belt Conference this season. Here are the sights and sounds of an entertaining night at the bank. before we end the show, here's a look at the week ahead in UNCP athletics. The women's soccer team has 2 away games next week. On Tuesday, they travel to South Carolina to take on Converse, and on Friday, they drive to Georgia to take on Young Harris. The women's volleyball team has 4 home matches in 3 days next week. On Tuesday, they face Francis Marion. On Friday, they take on Southern Wesleyan, and a doubleheader on Saturday against St. Andrews and Augusta. The men's and women's basketball teams kick off their seasons on the road in non-conference tournaments next week, both traveling to South Carolina. The men's team heads to the Peach Belt Conference South Atlantic Conference Challenge, taking on Catawba on Friday and Newberry on Saturday. The women's team will compete in the Peach Belt Conference and the Conference Carolinas Challenge, facing Southern Wesleyan on Friday and Barton on Saturday. The men's and women's cross-country teams will compete in the NCAA Southeast Region Championships on Saturday, building off their success in the Peach Belt Conference Championships. And finally, the football team travels to nationally ranked Lenoir-Rhyne on Saturday for the final road game of the season. Kickoff is set for 2 p.m. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report. For the entire staff and crew, I'm Dave Nguyen. Everyone have a great day and tune in next week.